Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. How you all doing? Somebody just asked me if I was live, and I just sent a message that I am live. It is my third live today. One on Facebook, one earlier here on YouTube, and right now. Sometimes you just feel that you are in this fruitful, resourceful mood, and you have an opportunity to share. So I always try to use that opportunity. It's a rainy, dark day here in Michigan, and we just went to Christmas parade. And it's funny because here in Michigan, people get upset when we would rather have snow, some beautiful snowflakes, than having rain. But this is life, and you gotta do the most of it. So I'm gonna have a bit of a conversation for a few minutes, wait till everybody get in the room. So why I mentioned the rain, because sometimes you're in the mood to talk, and I know some of you guys are also having some time off, so you have time to come to the stream. I would like to thank you guys for your trust. I have just people signing up today for VIP membership, for Patreon, and for some email consultations. So guys, I just want you to know I offer a service of 3 email consultation, and it is $99. So we can go book back and forth. Due to increased amounts of emails, I can't really. We used to do a lot of free consulting, but right now it's impossible. And also, I think when you invest in something, you're serious about it, and you're gonna follow up, and you're gonna really get value for your money. So don't be surprised if you sign for email consultation, I read your email and I send you back like a video response. But I just want to thank everybody for your contributions and for your trust. This is what makes me going. Making third live today is not because I have too much time on my hands. If I turn my camera, I can show you pile of work that I need to do, and just as everybody else who is having goals in life. But it's because I really love what I do, guys, and I appreciate your trust very much. So once again, special thank you for new VIP members. I really appreciate that. I will get back to you. Those who sign in, we have a call this coming Wednesday, December 5th, 7 p.m. Eastern. I will have a link, and I will share with you. If you want to sign up or you want to check it out, contact me via email consultveronica@gmail.com. I will post an email under the video once I'm done. So thank you so much for that, and thank you for my just people who trust me, my clients and subscribers. I appreciate that, and just so you know, please give me 2-3 days to get back to you on emails, just because I answer them in the orders they were received. So I'll do it as fast as I can, and if there is an emergency and you purchased an email package or my hour package, just give me your cell phone. I will just call you. So if there is any serious issue going on. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate your feedback. And today it was interesting. I was going to make a live on Facebook. I was thinking to talk about relationship closure. And I was about to do that, and we ended up talking about the other topic. So let's talk about something very, very important as a closure. Um, do we really need to have do do we need to have a closure from the other person to be able to move on, or to kind of get unstuck? Do we really need another person, give us explanation, give us all these things in order for us to get clarity? Guys in the room, feel free to participate in this. Thank you guys for coming again. Justin, what's up? Salim, thank you. Robert, John, King Nero, Mark, Thank you guys for coming on. Uh, you can see beautiful painting behind me. It's one of my favorite French painters. Can't say his name, but I love him. So, what do you guys think? Do you know? And what's how that is in your experience? Um, I would like to tell you guys that in my experience, I had two times, probably at least two times in life, when I desperately wanted a closure. I wanted to understand, what's going right, what's going wrong, uh, what's how can I make, like, you just wanted to have closure. So you it's almost like you ask for permission to move on, and you want to know what's wrong with you. And today I would like to talk to you guys why we do not need closure, and why your closure inside of you is the most important. And also that the person you're with, even if they do not give you closure, they actually give you closure and everything you need to know. So let's see. Closure is how we begin again. Hey, King Neros, thank you so much. I appreciate your generous support and also your sarcastic. Is it a sarcastic saying? That you saying closure is how we begin again? I think, let's talk about this, guys, because I want to tell you the biggest thing about waiting for closure. First of all, people, men especially, hate to give the closure. They, if it's over, it's over. How many men really reach out to us and say, hey, you know what, I really want to have a closure with you, I really want to tell you? No, you just sort of fade, or just you just gone. That's what happens often. With women, it's a little bit more, women like to have sort of have you as like a string puppet sort of thing. So they would tell you something and then they cancel and then something else. So sometimes they afraid to hurt your feelings, right? But what they do is they hurt them more because they don't tell you what it is. And you kind of stuck because at this point you develop feelings for this person, and you really confused. Like with men, guys, I'm not saying that it's great when you just disappear, but at least at least we know it's over. Then sometimes it's starting over again. No, that's another topic. But today, let's talk about the danger of waiting to get closure, and how it is important to get closure within you, and how to read between the lines. What do you guys think? Thank you so much for supporting me, guys, and coming over. And I hope those of you who watch later, will jump in and comment on this video. So I would like to start with this. When we are waiting for closure, let's say, you are in a relationship, man or woman, whoever you are, and I know there is more men following me, but it's a universal topic. So you are in a relationship, or about something is about to start, or you're kind of there, and you're just really confused. And this is what happens. The real dangerous thing that happens is that the person, you're trying to understand where you stand, you're trying to really understand where you are, and the only thing that happens is there is some random interaction sometimes, and they call it breadcrumbing. And I totally agree with that name of breadcrumbing, because that's exactly what it is. So you can't move on because you didn't have the conversation. Women always want to have a conversation. Men could care less about that conversation. And I mean, I'm generalizing, of course. They just want to out. It's like an car went to an accident, it's totaled, you can't repair it, you can do nothing about it, you out. With women, we want to know why, and sometimes I think it's really what uh, gets us in trouble, because the person that does not give you closure is basically occupying your mental space. So what happens is that you are stuck. The person might not be with you physically, because that's what usually happens, because when you're looking for closure, a lot of times person is not with you, right? They are maybe sort of pulling away, or they are, withdrawing or something like that. So you want a closure, but you're not getting closure. And what happens is they are occupying your mental space. They occupying your heart, mind, and soul, and not paying rent. Like literally, they don't pay rent. They live in your head, they live in your heart, and they don't pay the rent. Imagine the renter. You come to a renter, to landlord, and say, you know what? I like your place. It's really awesome. It's really nice. I can pay you for Wednesday, Friday, and Monday. The other days, the other days you will just hold it for me, hoping that I will pay you for these 3 days. How many landlords would jump in that offer? Unless it's a daily deal like Airbnb, something where you pay per uh, like per day, or you have to have specific amount of hours. The landlord gonna look at you like you're out of your mind. If you offer them to, pay partially, pay 3 days a week, or let's say like 12 days a month, they're gonna think you out of your mind. So why is that okay for somebody hold you in that space, giving you some breadcrumbs from the table, without, of course, giving you that, legendary closure, and you think that you owe them something to not cut a relationship with them, because they are paying for those 3 days, so to speak, because they are partially occupying. But the thing is, they occupy your heart, mind, and soul daily. You're not moving on, you're not doing things for yourself, you're not where you want to be, and you just basically stuck. And that's why I really think that it's our responsibility to get the closure ourselves when the person is avoiding it. I wish I would know this many years ago. I really do, but I didn't. I thought that it should be mutual, there should be a conversation. But what I learned, there is really no good conversation. When the women say we need to talk, men usually get defensive and they see things as a threat, especially men that are, not that strong, I guess, emotionally. They just don't want to talk about it. But let's talk about some signs that the person giving you a closure, and why you don't need to get an official closure to move on and get your time for yourself, and be able to meet other people, and to be able to actually lighten up your heart. I agree. Cruz is saying communication is very important. I totally agree. By the way, guys, if you enjoying this live, please put some thumbs up, because that helps my channel to be so more people can see it. Thank you so much. Closure is a part of healing. Well, once again, what if we do not get it? So let's talk about this. Very often we think that we want to move on, but we look at this person, and this person is really good to their kids, or this person is really good to their mom, or they are really good professional, or other people admire that person. And we're thinking, well, you know what, maybe we should give it another chance, like we have to maybe have another conversation. And we think it's a good person, we should not move on. It's a really good person, so why would we be in a hurry. But guys, I want to tell you something. Just because it's a good person, it doesn't mean that person will not ruin your life and put you on hold on their conditions. Just because somebody is a good person, it automatically does not mean that that person is going to be good to you in the role you want that person to be. That is a very big confusing thing, because when you are dating a psycho or a crazy person, a sociopath or narcissist, you figuring that out. It's easier to say, "Oh my gosh, no, 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 no," right? When you when somebody is, has this negative aura around them, it's a lot easier to get your own closure and run away. And your friends will tell you, "Oh my gosh, this is a horrible person, you better run away," right? But when it's a sweet person that giving you breadcrumbs, this is where you get stuck and your heart get broken and you lose a lot of time in your life when you could have been refueling, recharging yourself and moving on with life. So number one thing, guys, I want you to get from this video, if she's, okay, we talk about ladies a little bit more. If she's nice to her child, to her mom, to her co-workers, it doesn't mean automatically that she will not ruin your life, or he will not ruin your life by putting you on hold. We should not let other people to put us on hold. The biggest frustrations I had in my life is when I trusted somebody to do something, and then, when time is coming, I hear no confirmation, or the person is really late without, without anything like appropriate notice on time. And each time that happened in my life, I knew that this is not the person ever that I could trust. And I hope that you guys understand, when we talk more, of course, here about dating Ukrainian women. Everybody, men and women, we are a summary of our actions. So if somebody gives you an appointment and or a date and they're not showing up, and then later on they tell you, "Well, this happened, that happened," or they canceling right before that, that is your closure right there. That the person do not value you, the person does not respect you, the person doesn't care how you feel. I'm not talking about emergencies, because emergencies do happen. But you know what? Nobody have an emergency every day. Yes, we have sometimes time. I canceled appointments, I sometimes said, "Hey, I cannot make it today." But unless there is a big serious reason, which also will not gonna be happening every day. It's not gonna be happening every day, every date. So if there is a pattern of that, you should take it as a closure. This person is telling you, with these actions, this person is telling you, "I don't value you, I don't care about you, uh you are not a priority but a convenience. So if it's convenient for me, I'm gonna cancel the date, I'm gonna cancel the, whatever we got." We have to read behind the scenes. You can cancel in different ways. You can shoot a quick text and say, "Hey, you know what, this was happening and I gotta go, and there is a traffic, something, blah blah blah." It's a text, it's very impersonal. Or if something is really happening, the person that cares about you, whether it's a man or a woman, they would actually pick up a phone, and you would be able to hear by their voice that they are really sorry, something unexpected had happened, they apologize, and they possibly giving you a day for rescheduling. Whether it's, whatever relationship that is, you can see the attitude behind it. Somebody just, if somebody feels enough to send you like a lame short text for canceling or explaining something, that tells you something already. That just, sometimes we just need to open our eyes, and that's all. Yes, we all can, we can be driving, it can be snow, it can be ice, But you know, you can have a minute later after that and remember to get back to a person and maybe call them, or just treat them as a human being. So if that's not happening, guys and girls, that is the closure. Closure is a lukewarm, room temperature interest. You know, when you are sort of okay, you know, you sort of have plans, and then they're just so weak that whatever comes up, um, you know, they get canceled. And you cannot blame another person for having a lukewarm interest, but you gotta get your stuff together and just move on. Because while this person is lukewarm toward you, and you being the best you can, you know, you've put your heart and your effort out there, you know, there are another, I don't know how many people that would love to get to know you, you know, regardless of your, or, you know, of your background, age, nationality, gender. You should remember that you are the most valuable thing in your life. You are the most valuable and precious thing in your life. So you have to treat it as such. And my message is coming, you know, once again, you know, not from the books I've read, even though I love reading, but it comes from real life. It comes from experiences I've had. And we are an example how to treat us. So the bottom line is, no, we don't necessarily need to have a closure with the person. We can read the closure behind the scenes, behind the lines, and I guess behind the scenes too. So, you know, when somebody is real low key, there are there is no definite plans. There is lots of cancellations. There is no consistency. There is no intention of getting to know you consistently. Um, and it's just like overall, you know, it's just, you know, guys, it really sucks. I hate anything lukewarm. Like, I love drinking my tea. I like my son is freaking out when I'm drinking my tea because it's so hot. It feels to him like fire. But I like it either hot, most of the time, like 90%. If it's really cold in summer, I could have a drink with ice. But being from Ukraine, we prefer our tea hot. Sometimes it's nice to cool off and have a cold drink. But lukewarm tastes like crap. I mean, imagine taking a lukewarm bath also. I mean, how fun is that? It's not fun. So that is your closure, to not wait till somebody, you know, manipulates you as a puppet on the string. And unfortunately, guys, when people know that we have feelings for them, they feel that power, and they change their, you know, they change their mind, they change their behaviors, they do things that are convenient for them because they know they have power. So it's in our power to take it back and do what we gotta do. Guys, can I ask you please to I made a live a couple hours ago on martial law, and you can look that live. And also there are other bloggers that made live on martial law, so please watch that video. I had enough of that today, and I appreciate people who actually are on topic. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments. I just want to say, guys, this martial law thing, I mean, there are no changes so far. The conflict been going on for 4 years. So it's, I mean, as of now, there are not really changes except for paperwork. So please don't worry about it. If you need my help, contact me after and watch the video I just posted a couple couple hours ago. So I want to read comments on topic. Guys, you know why I'm bringing this up? You know why I'm bringing up this topic? Because I have so many people who are reaching out to me because they've been stuck for months and sometimes years. I literally have people who have been stuck for years in a relationship waiting for a closure. That's why I'm bringing this topic. People who manipulate you will not ever give you a closure. They're gonna drag you on for how long they possibly can. It's not in their interest because they given you just enough of bait that you stay on the other side and you consume that bait, and for whatever reason they need you, they have you. They will never give you closure. It's your responsibility. And you know what? We always hope that the other person is genuine, that the other person, have the feelings for us as we have for them. Um, but you know what, guys? When somebody has feelings for you, I'll tell you what happens. They have time to call you, not text you, uh, you know, back and forth. They actually have time and dignity and respect to pick up the phone and talk to you. They have time to make plans with you, and they have vision for your future, and they have ideas of what they want to do, and they are consistent with their message. They are consistent. This is where you got your answers. Unfortunately, once again, when people know that we have feelings for them, or we have certain warmth towards them, very often they use it against us, and it's absolutely terrible. And I think there are times when you just need to step back and lean back, and just let it happen. A lot of times you won't even hear from them, sometimes you will. But unless the person, whether in this case, whether it's a man or a woman, unless they step up their game and stop this, uncertainty can drive you literally crazy. Like uncertainty in your plans, uncertainty in where you stand can literally create a depression and anxiety. That's why, guys, when you start dating and you just start to get to know people, I don't recommend to just focus on one person. It's not that I, think that it's great to confuse people. It's not like that, but it's that you are social, and you do not let all the energy at first focus on one person. Now if that happens naturally and that person also become exclusive with you, that's a different conversation. But very often what happens, you guys get in exclusive with somebody, and the other person just treats you casually, like when you have a birthday, they comment under your picture rather than calling you and making plans with you, but you not seeing everybody else. So sometimes you have to just get real with yourself, and you will realize that closure is in there. Closure always been there. What do you guys think? I really don't want this to be a monologue. I want to hear what you have to say. Cruz is saying there are weak people, there are weak, toxic people. Um, yes, you have to recognize. Yes, guys, it is so painful. It is so painful when somebody just stringing you along, and especially when you treat them well. When you treat everybody well, basically. It really hurtful. As a human being, you know you just wonder sometimes. Double insight. Yes, guys, it is Christmas. Guys, I love being generous with you. I love coming out when I can. Sometimes I cannot, but it just feels really good. I feel that you guys are really my YouTube family, and I just enjoy our connection. I really do. Thank you, King Nero. I'm glad I make sense. I'm making sense. John H is saying this. Thanks, Veronica. Is a good thing to consider always. Always something to be evaluating. Communication is not easy. Cultural differences and language is not easy to communicate. I want to say something, guys. I agree that there is cultural differences. There is different things, but guys, I'm gonna be making more universal advice videos, and these videos apply to any culture. You know, sometimes you contacting a Ukrainian woman and she tells you, oh my god, like, I'm having these problems at work, I'm having problems with my child, with my mother, with my grandfather. Like, she has so many different problems. But I want to tell you guys a secret: nobody is busy 24/7, not even the president. Okay, not even the president of the United States is busy 24/7. That they have always a crisis. Okay, so when the person is always in a crisis, that tells you something. It tells you something. So you should not get into relationship with person that's always in a crisis. You know. By the way, my tea is becoming lukewarm, guys, and I blame you for that. I'm serious. But by the way, guys, you were asking. Some of you were crazy enough, or how to say this, crazy enough or wild, to asking me about my cup. So this is my cup size, pretty much. My favorite one. Just to answer your question. Yeah, exactly. I want to say what I want to comment on what Patrick is saying. When you're deeply and emotionally invested, you can be blind. Let's see. You can be blind to the need for closure. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem when we are when we are deeply emotionally invested, and we're like crazy seeking that closure. We think that we need somebody. I think the main thing, guys, to understand here is this: we convince that we need another person, like a third person, to, I mean, not the third person, but the other person, give us that closure. You know, we're like, this person is basically in the middle of our universe. And I had clients like that. I've been through that myself some time ago, and it's the most horrible feeling, because you feel you are no longer in control of your life. Like, you have tenants that don't pay you rent, and you don't know what to do with them. You know, you're not in control. So whatever this person will say will define your life. Well, it shouldn't be this way. And if you're unsatisfied, you have to get the courage and get in the closure yourself, even without asking for one, even, you know, without begging for one, even without getting one. So, hey Chris, good to see you, man. I'm good. Okay, Justin is saying taking baby steps with somebody with closure on the mind is key. I don't know. You know, I feel that you know, Justin, I mean, I respect you sharing how you feel about it. I think that baby steps can fucking kill you. That's how I feel. Um, I feel that the person who cares for you, if you step back and you realize it takes them 3 days to answer your message, it takes them 5 days, 10 days to make plans. You know, I mean, I'm tired. I wanted to say, they, you know, when the weekend is coming, they asking you on actual day. You know, they don't ask. I mean, it's just a mess, and you still looking for a closure. I think that walking away is the best closure, because if that person ever cared for you, they will come back after you, and they will apologize, and they will actually talk with you and tell you what's going on, and maybe they will realize your value, and they will restructure the way they do relationship with you. I really, that's just my personal opinion. I'm not good with baby steps. I don't believe in them. Baby steps can kill you. When somebody, it's like, okay, I mean, I don't know how many vegans we have in the room. I'm definitely not a vegan. I love meat. and, and it's okay because we use animals, we raise animals, and we eat them because they're tasty. Now, imagine this: you have a cow or a pig. You kill the cow or you kill the pig all at once. I mean, boom, done. So it can feed people and families. Or you doing the baby steps and you cut, one leg after another. How's that gonna feel? Well, I've been through that, guys, and guys in the room who've been through that, please tell me how that feels. When somebody cuts your heart with a knife slowly. So I believe that it is better to cut some things off, and if that person change if that person actually realize you, it's a torture, exactly. If that person realize that they're wrong, they realize how valuable you are, they're gonna step up their game. They're gonna do it. We actually have a joke about the little piglet. um oh god, it's a really cruel joke, but I'm gonna say it because it's Saturday night. So uh the guy is walking with a three-legged pig, and it's a really cute little pig, but it has three legs only. And somebody asked, why is your pig, is it this pig looks like a pet? He has like a little pig on a leash, and he is asking, why is it your pig has only three legs? And the guy saying, oh, you have no idea, this pig is a special animal. This pig is wonderful. She saved us um, during the fire, saved our family, saved our life. It's an incredible pig. It's a magical pig. We owe so much to this pig. So who will kill this wonderful pig all at once? Who is going to kill this wonderful pig all at once? It's kind of a Russian humor, and I know it's kind of weird, but I hope you understand what it means. Basically, he's saying, it's such a wonderful animal that we kill it one leg at a time, you know? It's so cruel. I love it's funny because I love Russian humor, but it's really so cruel. Um, and people, who, if we use animals, it doesn't mean we hate animals. So we would not, they are here to serve us, but it doesn't mean we want them to suffer. So, you are not less than that pig, right? You can't let somebody let you cut you piece by piece, or put knife in your heart piece by piece. You gotta protect yourself. You gotta be on guard. And I really wish that I would know about how unimportant it is to actually get in closure, and how important it is to love yourself and to move on with your life when somebody doesn't know what they want. Because you know what? No matter how things are going, I see people, many people in the room right now, and I want to tell you this. No matter what's your age, what's your background, what you're looking for, whether you're a man or male or female, I can tell you one thing for sure. You don't want to be with somebody who doesn't want you 100%. Or you only want to be with somebody who 100% wants you. Who is sure, who is convinced, who doesn't look for um, backups, who knows that there might be challenges, but they want it. They 100% know they want it. So that's what everybody should strive for. You know, how did they say that one man I'm not ready yet is another man, and you right the moment I saw her. How many love stories you hear when people been together for a long time and they tell you that I knew right the moment I saw her. So it's this readiness and, just common sense. So, guys, I I felt this way once again because I received many, many emails lately. So, guys, please give me some time to answer them. So, many, many emails I receive about just waste of time and people stringing you along and people giving you false hope. But if you would look at the summary of their actions, you would get clarity. Guys, we all get confused. I mean, we are human being. You know, sometimes, I mean, love is irrational wisdom of heart. Sometimes you're doing something, just be ready that, there are no guarantees and you can get hurt. My favorite saying is this: life, love is many things and none of them are logical. But it doesn't mean that somebody can um, string you along or just have you on the hook, and worst of all, putting your life on hold. Just giving you, I think it's the most, it's a really cruise, it's really cruel when people do that. It's really so cruel when people put you on hold. They have their reasons for it, but they're not physically with you. Once again, they're not next to you, but yet they occupy your heart, mind, and soul. And they give you just enough, just tiny bit, to hold you, to hold you there. How cruel is that? Yet you have no control of the other person, and you are the one that needs to take a decision. All right, guys. I just felt, sometimes I feel like I want to have a conversation. I definitely want it to be a dialogue, so I'm going to read your messages right now. And sorry for my piglet joke, but it just, it's even hard to translate it in English, but it's a Russian humor. It's kind of hard to understand, but I think you got it. If you are about to have a steak, you're probably not gonna cut cow, a piece at a time. It has to die humanely so we can have a meat, right? And hunters do the same thing. Hunters hunt. They love animals. Actually, they love animals. They are hunters, and they use them for good things. But I don't know any hunters that torture their animals. They do the right thing. So, we do not worth less than those animals. We should not let anybody cut piece by piece from our heart. And this comes from my heart. And I've been through things, and there is no point to go through the same things over and over again. All right. Casey, you're funny. Well, if I can drive animal activists crazy, I'll do it anytime. Joe is saying that's my story. Patrick is saying definitely the truth. Um, Justin, okay, you inboxed. Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you, Justin. Um, Chris is saying I've been through that. Justin is saying I loved it. It was awesome. Thank you, Justin. And King Nero is saying I'm glad I came here. Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you connecting with me. So I want to ask in the room. So basically, most of people been through this. We need to make sure we don't do this also to others. We need to make sure we're not doing this. There is nothing more beautiful than clarity. There is nothing more beautiful when you don't need to lie. And the thing is, when you get your own closure, and if somebody told you, oh, I'm going to give you a call, and then a month had passed, 2 months had passed, they never picked up the phone or connected with you, you can beg them to call them, you can just walk away. And once again, if the person ever cared for you, they're going to reach out to you, they're going to talk to you, and they gonna admit their fault and they gonna ask you for another chance. Now, if this is a pattern, that's something for you to consider. But if things just happen one time, or you know, you can give a person another chance. Okay, I have another example with the chances. Let's say you live in a house. I always have these weird examples, but I think they are pretty, like, you can use your imagination. So I'm sitting here in the house. Actually, it did happen some time ago, and somebody knocks on my door and saying, "Hey, I came here to cut your electricity because you didn't pay your bill." And oh my gosh, please, please don't cut my electricity. I will pay my bill, I promise. So you run there, you pay your bill, right? Because you can't agree for electricity being cut off. You have to have your electricity, you have to have your light and your heating. Um, Same, I see parallel with relationship. When the person, if the person ever cared for you, they're gonna notice your absence. They're gonna notice that your emotional absence and your physical absence. They're gonna realize you had enough of this one-sided bullcrap. And you know what? If they realize that you actually made a big impact on their life, that maybe you love them like nobody else, maybe you truly cared for them, because of who they are, once they realize that, they might actually get out of their fears, and they might open up and talk to you and make things clear and put some plans in and start acting right there, right then. This is if you were as important to their life as the electricity. Sometimes things get on the way and it happens. But if you were not, there is nothing to worry about. There is nothing to regret. Yes, I unblocked you, Kizzy, a long time ago. I mean, I don't know. I blocked you accidentally too, so sorry. Good analogy. Yes, if there is something you really want, somebody really matter for you, you're gonna find a way. Abel, welcome to my channel. Congratulations on Skyping, and Skyping is a good thing, but still, it doesn't always mean. You have to be observant, see how it goes, see how often she talks to you, and then if you need help, let me know. So, guys, I just want to bring this up. Holidays are coming, and a lot of people are stuck in their relationships or situationships or delusional things that they call a relationship. And guys, we all have been there. I would not be sitting here and talking about if I would never been through that. Sometimes, guys, there is another reason also. The person wants you in their life, but they can't afford you. By afford, I mean they do not have a possibility to have you in their life. They might be married and telling you a story how unhappy they are in their marriage. They might not have financial possibilities to be with you. They might be in another country. The list goes on. They might be just a selfish person that wants you, that wants to enjoy your energy. Some of us have a very prominent, bright, sweet, just joyful energy about. Some people, and I can totally relate to that. Sometimes people find something about you that they wish they could have in their life, and they basically stealing from you because they give you nothing in return, but they want to see how much they can get away with. So if you keep giving, one day you're gonna go bankrupt, one day your pocket gonna be empty. We usually want closure when we're out of balance. That's one of the reasons we want closure, because you've been maybe opening your heart, maybe giving your love, giving your support, and nothing comes back your way. You do not do it to get something back, But when it's consistent and nothing ever comes back, then your pockets are empty. So some people want to have you at your expense in their life. They cannot have you in their life for this or other reason, but they want to grab how much they can, and they do not want to pay for this, quote unquote, with their attention. I had another life where we talked about attention as a purest form of generosity. So if somebody is not generous with you, if somebody um, is not giving you their pure attention, there is something wrong. You know, if you always a convenience and not a priority, you don't need a closure. The only closure you need to do is to walk away. As I said earlier, lukewarm temperature interest is a closure. It's the best closure you can get. Guys, you're awesome. So many messages here. Thank you, John. I'm glad you consider this useful discussion. Thank you so much. Well, Lawrence, you finally here, but I'm about to get done. We almost an hour. I just, guys, once a week I will try to give you like an hour live like this, so we can just hang out and talk when I can. I realize how much I really love being here, guys, and how much I love to having exchanges, because there is no money in the world that could pay me to do live stream or videos if I wouldn't want to do it. I mean, I could not imagine doing these things if they wouldn't come from my heart. I have a lot of things I could be doing tonight, but I just absolutely love coming here and communicate with you guys. And I get a lot of inspiration. I'm very grateful for you. Thank you, Green King. Thank you guys for the kind words. Well, Lawrence, you're gonna be surprised because we actually talk about that we don't you can watch the live after it's done. We actually talk about, do we really need a closure? And what to do if you're not getting one. So you're actually getting one. You know, when you're not getting a closure, you're actually getting a closure. That's pretty clear. Experience is the best teacher. I agree. I agree. You know, some people say you need to learn from other people's mistakes. I would say it's impossible. You're gonna make your own. Um, and you know, I absolutely agree that you need to live through things. You need to connect to people, and yeah, this is how you get good at these things. So yes, guys, thank you so much for your support. Um, I love and prefer actually talk about topics that I've been personally through, because I just, you know, when you've been through something, you know what you're talking about, right? I'm all about education. I'm all about listening to other people's experiences and reading books, but there is nothing like you've been through something. So, all right, I'm gonna read some more stuff. Thank you, Lawrence. I'm glad that I inspire you. I appreciate that. You guys inspire me. I would be drinking vodka right now and dancing on a table, but here we are. I'm just kidding. All right. No, seriously, thank you so much. From what I know, it comes from the heart, the lifetime. Yeah, it comes from the heart. It should. KZ is saying YouTubers get paid thousands of dollars in tips doing this. I believe you can get that big. KZ, I would say this. I would love to keep growing. I looking forward to get better was my message. Sometimes like right now, I just really don't care. I just want to come up and I want to have a conversation. There are some things that I might consider doing to be to do to like monetize my skills and invest in some things to make some things maybe a bit more commercial. But I appreciate your faith in me, number one. Number two, um I see nothing wrong with keep going, and I think if I could have, couple hundred people, couple thousand people, couple 100,000 people listen to me, it will definitely help. So I try to think of how much value I can bring, and I think that definitely could happen. What you're saying, if I just keep adding and growing, I really see financial success as a side effect, because when people are trying to do something because they want to get rewarded, usually they quit very fast because you're not gonna get rewarded when you start, or So I appreciate though. I actually do have a big vision for what I do because I just love it so much. I really do. I really do. Like I literally have a pile of stuff I need to do. You guys know I'm doing my first, and it's Christmas, and I have to list things and post, and but I'm just you. Sometimes you have to follow your heart. I would love seeing that. Yeah, actually, I did dance on the tables. It was my favorite place in Kiev. It called Shooters. So, but you have to go like 10 years back before I moved in. We used to go to a place in Kiev, Ukraine, called Shooters, and it was awesome. One of my best times in Kiev. They actually have these big wooden tables. They're huge, and we would dance, and then after some time we just would get on the tables, and it was a fun time. I did some stuff, but I mean it was nothing. I mean we were just having a lot of fun. I don't know if that place is still around or not. Chris, that's good to know. I'm happy for you. By the way, hop in on Wednesday. It's been a while since I've seen you. If you have time, if you're available, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. we have a call, VIP call. I'm getting tired, guys. Ooh, okay. West of Ukraine speak Ukrainian. They actually don't like Russian at all, so definitely learn some words on Ukrainian. Oh, thank you so much, Joe. I would see. I appreciate that. Joe is saying that your channel is the best, and it's not just Russian Ukraine related, but applies across culture. So, guys, I'm gonna be actually adding things. I'm gonna be adding things to the channel, and we're gonna have some Russian Ukrainian, of course, and things, but we're also gonna talk about universal topics because I just I want it to be interesting for more people than just into Russia and Ukraine. Hey, Chris, are you working? Okay, well, if you're working, we're gonna have um another VIP call on one of the Saturdays. So maybe you can come Saturday morning. All right. Yeah, I said on the tables. You ask about that, Lawrence? Hey, everybody has a wild side, right? Chris, I really don't know. Well, usually it's Saturday, but we'll see. Maybe we'll have a Sunday call sometime. Um, Let's see. Is it good if the woman gives you her parents' full name? Well, why does she give you her parents' full name? Oh my god. I don't think it's bad, but I don't know why she gives you her parents' full name. Glenn, I hear what you're saying, but I would like you to watch the video because it's almost to an end now. Guys, I'm fading. I'm really tired. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much. Um, I know that there are more people if I have a late life, but I prefer to do it not so late because I need to relax after that. Yeah, Trump. Yeah, well, you know what, guys, I don't know what your beliefs are, and I have respect for the president regardless. Um, I actually, I don't want to go, guys. I just made the political video, so don't get me into that. You know my big side now, 4 or 5 years of political science, so don't push my buttons on that. So, well, Kizzy, I might have some plans, you know what I'm saying? So, guys, I appreciate you coming. Um, have a wonderful weekend. I hope you stay nice and warm if you are in Michigan, a cold state like that, when it's raining instead of snowing. But okay, I will make another. I'm gonna digest this. I will make another video on the closure, and from a different perspective. There are a couple of more things that after reading Glenn's post. So, love you guys. You're my wonderful YouTube families. Thank you so very much. And have a wonderful night. I will see you soon. I think 3 lives in one day, definitely I can feel it. So, from Michigan with love, guys, I'm going to see you soon and have a wonderful night.